everyone, my name is Madeline Sherwood, and today I'm presenting you the online presentation on the building blocks of caffeine, the effects, and many potential solutions. So every day for the past 5 weeks, I've woken up, drank a cup of coffee, and instantly felt that buzz that woke me up for the morning. Now, it wasn't just me doing this, and I'm sure many of you listening have gone through the same exact thing. And you may not have used it in the way that I did by drinking coffee, but there are many different forms of taking in caffeine, and there are many different reasons for why. But they all have the same impact on the brain. So understanding caffeine's role in the brain helps explain its influence on attention, energy levels, and neuroprotective factors. So by understanding caffeine's effect, we can better use methods to better maintain sleep habits, healthier emotional regulation, and lower dependence. So today I will explain the neuroscience behind caffeine and how understanding its effects can help us make healthier choices. So what is actually really happening inside the brain when we take caffeine? Firstly, throughout the day, a neurotransmitter called adenosine builds up in the brain. Adenosine binds to receptors and signals fatigue, creating what we call sleep pressure, which is what causes people to feel more tired as the day goes on. Caffeine is very structurally similar to adenosine. It binds to adenosine receptors without actually activating them. This blocks fatigue signals, but does not actually remove the adenosine itself. By blocking adenosine, caffeine indirectly increases dopamine activity. Dopamine improves alertness, focus, and mood. The online book, Caffeine Consumption and Health, published by Nova Biomedical, writes, improvements on vigilance and mental alertness have been commonly attributed to caffeine's antagonistic role at adenosine A1 and A2A receptors in dopamine-rich brain areas. The A1 receptors are found in nearly all regions of the brain and in relatively high concentrations in the hippocampus, cortex, and cerebellum. The A2A receptors are found less frequently in the nervous system and are most dense in the basal ganglia. Caffeine enhances dopaminergic activity, presumably by competitive antagonism at adenosine receptors. So now that we understand what caffeine is doing inside the brain, let's take a look at how the brain changes affect the body and its behavior. So according to Caffeine Health and Research, edited by Kenneth P. Chambers, 80 to 90% of adults in North America use caffeine regularly, with almost half of them ingesting caffeine from multiple sources. So as you can see, caffeine is very widely consumed and it comes with a variety of effects. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, but it will temporarily increase alertness and attention, including faster reaction time and improved mode in moderate doses, and a temporary boost in physical performance. However, many of the negative effects include anxiety or jitteriness, disrupted sleep cycles, and dependence or withdrawal headaches. So according to the text, withdrawal can be explained as several studies have shown that persons consuming even lower moderate amounts of caffeine, in some cases as low as 100 milligrams per day, may develop a withdrawal syndrome with caffeine cessation with symptoms such as headaches, lethargy, muscle pain, impaired concentration, and physiological complaints such as nausea or yawning. So if caffeine can create these effects and this cycle, how can it be managed in an effective way? Well, firstly, the timing of caffeine intake is one of the most important factors. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 7 hours, so it is most ideal to take caffeine at least 6 to 8 hours before bed. That way it is all out of your system by the time you're ready to lay down for the night. So it is also important to take it within moderate consumption. The online article, Caffeine in Food and Dietary Supplements Examining Safety, identifies that taking 400 milligrams of caffeine per day would likely not be associated with any adverse health effects in the general population. So lastly, reducing intake can lower dependence. So even short caffeine breaks can restore sensitivity. So understanding caffeine's role in the brain helps explain its influence on attention, energy levels, and neuroprotective factors. By understanding caffeine's effect, we can better use methods to better maintain sleep habits, healthier emotional regulation, and lower dependence. So we discussed many big points today, but the big ones being how caffeine blocks adenosine in the brain, the physical effect it produces, and potential strategies for healthier caffeine use. So caffeine doesn't actually give us energy, it only delays the feeling of fatigue. When we understand how it works, we can use it strategically rather than dependently, protecting both our sleep and long-term health. So your brain deserves rest, not just stimulation. Thank you.